even if we get some conversation going. I just want to share something with everybody, something that has come to me, and I'm going to talk about why it's such a big deal to me, to use a common term. Hi, Susie. Aloha. So, what I would like to do, hey, Chantal, always great to see you. Aloha, aloha. All my friends showing up. So, check this out. If you let me set the stage for those. I got about 9 people on here in the first couple minutes. Hey, in the front room, Deb. I am about to share something free that could be more valuable than diamonds or gold or silver. There's nothing for sale. There's no offer. I don't have any. This is not something where I'm announcing one of my programs, which I rarely, but occasionally do. This is just, I got something free that is going to be free for a limited time. And it's the reason for that limited time. There's a very specific reason that the people who are making this available for free, there's a reason that they have for it. And I am very closely aligned with them. So, wow, number just doubled here. Hey, everybody. Aloha, Karen. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So listen, if you can say yes to any of these things that I'm about to say, I want you to start sharing and inviting people to this. Okay. I'm not going to go first things first. I'm not going to go deep down into conspiracy theories. Aren't we all deep enough? I'll do my best to not drop more than 3 or 4 or 5 F-bombs along the way. Who knows? I might get by without doing one. I also am saying again that there is nothing for sale. You cannot buy anything. You couldn't buy anything if you wanted to. This is 100% free, what I'm about to share. Hey, Michael. Love you, buddy. Good to see you. Hey, Esther. And there, Susie, I saw just the first one that I see, Susie just did. Just like what she just did. You see this? She just tagged somebody. If you will start tagging people. Now, here's who I want to invite to this live and to this free gift that could be more valuable to you than diamonds or any other treasure right now. I don't say that lightly. I'm very enthusiastic and I'm taking time out of my day to do this live, okay? If you are concerned about what is going on in the world on any side, no matter which side, if you are concerned at the fact that you see the world being split into sides, okay? If this madness, this utter madness about racism that's literally being manufactured by the media and forced down people's throat, not mine, because I don't look at that shit. But if you're concerned about the race war that they are desperately trying to create, if you're concerned at all, if you're concerned, hey, Tom, aloha, buddy. Just as I say these things, if you can say yes to any of these things, if you're concerned about any of these things, or you know anyone who is, please start tagging people. I want as many people as I can personally touch today with something that could be more valuable to you than gold or diamonds, that's totally free, that comes with no strings whatsoever and can really bless and help some people. All right. Hey, Elaine, love you. Good to see you. Please start tagging. Please start tagging. Please share this with people. All right. If you're concerned about those needles that people are putting who knows what into these little glass vials and putting them in people, if you're concerned about that at all. If you're concerned about, there's a few words I'm not going to say on this. There's a certain type of passport that it's already done in one country, Israel. It's already being rolled out in phases across the U.S. There's a certain type of passport that if you don't have it, first of all, you won't be able to jump on an airplane and go travel anywhere. But then you won't be able to use it. With it, you won't be able, unless you have it rather, you won't be able to go into a grocery store to get groceries for your food. If you're concerned about that, if you know what I'm talking about. If you're concerned about this so-called pandemic, now whether you believe we're in a pandemic or not is not relevant to this conversation, because if we are in a pandemic, there's something to be concerned about. And if we're not, and they've convinced us this majestically that we are, that's something to be concerned about. There's some wacky shit going on. If you're concerned about any of these things, I see some people tagging people. Thank you. If you are concerned about any of these things, and if you're not, I figure you are either enlightened and have already sprouted your angel wings and can fly off this planet at will, or you're not paying attention. All right. If you're concerned about any of these things, what I'm about to share with you will be more valuable than gold or diamonds. I personally am beyond thrilled about this gift that was given to me. Now, the gift was given to me and I bought it, but you're going to get it for free. All right. About 9 years ago, I saw a movie called Thrive, and it was put together by Foster and Kimberly Gamble and a few others. Their tagline for Thrive was, "What will it take?" The question was, what will it take for people to thrive? And thank you, those of you who are tagging people. I really appreciate it. I'll tell you what else you can do. If I say anything along the way here, right now I got 36 people with me live, and this app does lag a little bit. Maybe I got 40 or so. What I would like to invite you to do is start to comment. If I say anything that's relevant to you, if I say anything, if one of those things I said that you're concerned about, don't use the V word in your comments at all. Do not do that. Don't use either V word for the supposed germ or the supposed solution. Just don't use that word in the comments. I want this to get spread as far as possible. So if you will start commenting and tagging, then the algorithm will automatically put this video in front of way more people, and I will get to help a lot more people. All right. And I would appreciate it. And you'll get to help more people. What a wonderful thing, especially now. So they made this movie called Thrive, and it was a very costly project. These people put big money into something, and they weren't selling anything. Foster was the heir to the of Procter and Gamble fame. He was heir to the Gamble fortune, and he basically walked away from it. He said, "I cannot be a part of this." He was groomed to be. Well, my focus went off there. He was being groomed to be one of the globalist dictators, I guess you could say. I love you too, Crystal. And he couldn't take it anymore. He said no, he walked away from it. And so he created this movie Thrive as a way. Maybe you've heard Buckminster Fuller's line, and if not, maybe this will just bless you for the first time. Maybe it'll bless you for the 5th time. I don't know. But we will not live in the world we want by fighting against or tearing down the establishment. They're too damn good at what they do. At this point, think about this. The only news that the vast majority of people get is through social media, and the social media companies very blatantly, very specifically, very just blatantly filter out everything they don't want you to know, and they promote everything they want you to believe blatantly, publicly. All right. So he said, we're not going to tear that old system down. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new system by aiming our energy and our attention and our choices into what we prefer. That's what I'm all about. And that's what Foster and Kimberly are all about. And what they have done is they have actually pulled together 9 years ago a bunch of incredibly brilliant, powerful, talented people who were focused, a lot of them following the work of Buckminster Fuller, a lot of them doing Buckminster Fuller's work without knowing that he was the one who, originated some of these ideas. Hey, Misha, aloha. And so They made this movie, and it was really, I will say, incredible. Like, how in the hell did they pull this off, and how did they get it out without, being killed in the process and a whole lot of other things? And I recommend watching Thrive. I cannot recommend it highly enough. 9-year-old movie. It still is relevant today as it was then, and it shows, among other things, the exact power structure of money, military, medicine, pharmaceutical, and weaponry, military. It shows it in such a profound way that almost anybody that can breathe deep and sit upright for an hour and a half can really get an understanding, a clear, valuable, usable understanding of what's actually happening on this planet behind the scenes, though it's very, 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 very well hidden from us. Thank you.
It's warm.
Thanks. And that movie was really inspiring to me. And one of the things that has inspired me for the 9 years since was knowing that while this utter fucking madness and insanity is unrolling in the streets in front of me, a completely artificial pandemic that everybody believes. Holy shit. And before you roll out the I know somebody who knows somebody who died, well, what you might want to ask is one question. First of all, listen, people die. People have always died. People are always going to die. In my world, because everything is energy and all is one, I've actually gotten past that idea. I know nobody dies. Okay. But for those who do believe, I got infinite compassion. I'm not to be curious about how somebody died doesn't take away. Like, oh, you're saying they didn't die. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you would ask yourself one question, everyone who says you know someone who died, everyone who says you know someone who died of that virus, how do you know that that's what they died from? How do you know that? Where did you get the information? And depending on how deep down that rabbit hole you're willing to go, how do you know that some C-19 thingy killed it? Where did you get all of the information you have that lets you think and believe that anyone, let alone 20,000 or 500,000 or however many numbers they manufacture moment by moment, lying, spinning numbers. How do you know? Where did you get all the information you have that you base the fact that anyone died of that? Where did you get that information? You got every fucking word of it from a screen with someone speaking to you through it, unless you met a doctor who said it and they got their information through a screen from someone else who said it. There is, depending on how far down that rabbit hole you want to go, depending on how far down that rabbit hole you want to go, you could say, well, we don't know for sure that there is a C-19. We don't know that anyone died of it. But you could go further than that. Where did you get all the information that you have and that all the experts in the world have that says that viruses cause disease? Where did you get all of that information? I mean, come on, this is something everybody knows, Brian. Everybody knows viruses cause disease. Where'd you get all that information from? Where did they get that information from? If any of us had any idea how many reports that come out, study finds, if we had any idea how many reports and studies are funded to come up with a certain result, yeah. So anyway, there are dozens of rabbit holes we could go down, and that could be very intimidating to someone. It can be, I understand, although I don't subscribe to cognitive dissonance, when I can pronounce it, I don't subscribe to it, but I'm beginning to understand it because the rabbit holes go so damn deep in so many directions. And the fabrication of stories, if we understood what the intelligence agencies' actual work is, if we had any clue what the intelligence agencies actually do and how much of their work is spinning stories with evidence and funding science and paying experts and killing dissenters so that stories get spread that actually are all false on the same topic so that no one can find out what's actually going on. Okay. So knowing this and having researched this now for well over 30 years, my parents were involved in researching this. I found out later in life. I had no idea. When I watched Thrive 9 years ago, I was very elated and very encouraged to know that people that brilliant, that talented, that loving, with that mission, we're not against these nefarious Darth Sidious Emperor Palpatine motherfuckers. We're not going to kill them or try to take them down or harm them or be in opposition to them. No, we're going to take our energy and take our toys and we're going to go over here and we're going to focus our energy on creating the world that we want. The people behind Thrive were doing that far more than any group I had ever seen in my life. And just knowing that they're doing it and getting aligned, I threw a little bit of money, $50 at it, whatever. I donated some money one time. Just, wow, I'm so glad they're doing it. Well, then a few months ago, they came out with Thrive 2. And this movie is literally miraculous in my eyes. I'm going to tell you that it is dense. It's available for free. And I think it launches for free in just a couple days. It's really getting close. You can, for those of you that have been with me for a few minutes, I'm about 15 minutes in. I'm going to go a few more minutes. You can, if you look at the post for this video, you might have to refresh your page. But if you look at the post where you're watching this video, there is a link there to watch it for free. Thrive 2. I would recommend highly, highly, highly that you watch. I'm going to give you a couple disclaimers now. All right. I think it might be on the 23rd, Susie, as I make this video, a few days. I'm going to say that you really probably ought to watch 1 first, because when you see the rabbit holes and you see how well they explain it and organize it, and a lot of people have to sit down with Thrive 1 3 or 4 or 5 times to get through it. I would recommend doing whatever's necessary. Wake up in the morning, have your coffee or your walk or your juice or whatever you do to wake wide awake, and then watch it right then when you're completely fresh. Make it the first thing you do so that you get through it in 1 sitting and you come away with an understanding. If you watch it twice, even more awesome. But I cannot recommend highly enough that you watch Thrive 1 before you watch Thrive 2. Thrive 2, though. Whew, Thrive 2. Oh, my God. This movie is so miraculous. It is so powerful. It is extremely dense. Like I have a fairly high comprehension, and I got no issues with my attention span. And I'm just saying that movie took all that I had to get through it in 1 sitting. And we have now watched it a couple times. As I was watching it with my partner, with tears streaming down my face, I said, I'm setting a goal for myself to watch this 10 times this year. That is one of my intentions. I'm going to get through this movie 10 times this year. Partially to save my sanity and and keep my happiness high. Because I'm watching the same shit show that you're watching. And I can hear the boots marching in the street. And I can hear the clink of vials. And I can see these lunatic motherfuckers with what their plans are. And I'm going to say, please don't take my word for this. And some people don't like it when I say things like this. I'm telling you that from where I sit, even though at the moment I'm standing, from where I stand, I believe humanity is literally sitting balanced on the razor's edge right now, to where a few more steps in the direction that it's been going, the human world, we're all fucked. And I mean, as by fucked, I mean the vast majority dead and the remainder robotized. The Matrix movie, The Matrix is a documentary. It is being rolled out, and it doesn't have to be. And the fact of the matter is that those of us who pull our energy from that, there's a few steps involved with taking your energy out of the Matrix and aiming it into the world that we prefer. And when you watch Thrive 2, you're not only going to see more and more people doing that, you're going to see some of the most brilliant, powerful, magical, passionate, enthusiastic, love-focused people and beings aiming their energy into the world we want to create. You're going to instantly see, oh my God, like they're doing it and we can do this. You're going to, the very, very, very least you're going to come away with is hope. That's the very least. And when you're hopeless, hope is a very fun, valuable thing for a couple minutes while you're on your way to remembering, oh my God, I'm an infinite, unlimited being able to create the universe that I want to live in at will. They just made me forget it through education, programming, pharmaceuticals, and television. Education. So there's no way I can recommend it highly enough. The fact that they're launching it free for a few days, oh my God. So if it is coming out on the 23rd, I am doing this live on the 15th. Wow. Okay. So that's like a week away. You got plenty of time. I didn't realize you got plenty of time to watch Thrive 1, 2 or 3 times. Fully get the information in. You can go to, Dev gave you a link a moment ago. Let's see. Wow, Love Thrive 1 many years ago. So awakening. Register for 2, but no response. So yeah, I see that Dev just shared a link with you. There's my honey. Definitely. Monica, I love you and I love what you're doing. I am with you. It's worth watching again, Susie. It's so worth watching again. Me too. Me too. All right, so that's probably enough. This is probably long enough. When I do a live, if I do it too short, Facebook will not even put it in front of the people that are following me. And so one of the most important things that I said during this, I want to touch and benefit as many people as I humanly possibly can. Please, if you see value in this, tag people while you're watching the replay of this video, comment on it, share. You can share it in Messenger privately if you want. That's fine. Just please get this video out. I'm telling you, the more of us watch this Thrive 2 and aim our awareness into what's going on and join energetically or physically or financially with the people who are doing this work, you are going to see. Okay, Ted just said, make sure you sign up, you confirm the link, because 1 or 2 people said that they registered and didn't get notified. So yeah, you'll want to make sure that you click the link. They're going to send you a confirmation link and you got to check your spam and all that normal internet-y stuff that's going on. Okay. Help me help as many people as humanly possible. Please help me help as many people as humanly possible. Get this in front of people. I'm telling you, listen, I'm going to make a couple closing statements here. One is, I'm really serious. I'm really serious. We are on the brink. We are absolutely on the brink. And someone not seeing the brink, someone not understanding the brink is not my concern. The link is in the post. Who was that? Matt. The link is in the post here. So wherever you're seeing this video that you're watching right now, go to the post, click the link, and register. They're doing something kind of unusual by making it free for a while. So let me get back to my closing statements. Like I'm really, 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 really serious. You don't have to know that we're on the brink in order to get immense value out of this. But those of you who can feel it, those of you who are like, wait, what kind of passport was that? You can't go where without it? You can't do what? We're talking about the Chinese Communist credit score, social credit score, that literally tracks the websites you visit, every website you visit, and can turn your bank account or your access to food or anything else on and off. That shit is being rolled out right now. It's not a conspiracy theory when it's a fucking fact. Go look. Okay? The time for us to bring our energy together, and it is absolutely about the children as well. I agree. So, if you get a feeling, if you get a sense that we're on the brink, register, share this video. I'm telling you, out of all of the things that are available to us, if you become aware of what I'm aware of, you go, oh, wait, this shit's actually happening. They're actually rolling that shit out. Not to mention, once again, but not to talk about what's in the vial. There's all the stories that are coming out about that in all directions. It doesn't matter which one you believe. There is plenty for concern for someone who wants to, pay attention. So, not seeing the link in my live comments. Bonnie, look at the post, the actual post words of this video that you're watching right now, the words beside my live. If you were on right when I went live, you might have to refresh the page, but when you look at this post of this videos, you'll see the link there. And I'm live in so many different places that I'm not able to post a link right now. So even if someone posts the link for you, you might not see it because you might be watching it in a different place than where. Thanks for sharing the link, Esther. It's just that if you're not on the same page. Okay. I'm with you on that, Misha. So here's the deal. If they close this door, this passport door, if they close it, some very high level genius experts on societal mechanics and all are saying there won't be a way to reopen it. If it closes, we're locked in it. Now, I personally believe we are infinite, unlimited beings, but I'm just saying. So, of all the things that are available to us today, I mean, what's going to save you? A handgun? No. Having a bigger gun? No. Having a couple years of food storage in the closets, as long as you have access to water, that's not going to save you. It might help for a while, but it's not going to save you if these things are being rolled out. What's going to save you is tapping into your infinite, unlimited being, your highest truth, and tapping into others who are doing the same. All right? And out of all the things that I could hand you, my work day and night is about helping to turn the tide on this and helping people step into their freedom, helping people step into their freedom, helping people step into their freedom. That's my daily and nightly work with my family, with my friends, everywhere, all day, all night. That's what I'm about. And out of all the things I know that are available free from anyone else on this planet, I would say Thrive 2 is the most valuable, or definitely in the top 2 or 3. And right this minute, it's the biggest thing that I know that's free that can help you the absolute most. So I am recommending it this enthusiastically. Okay? So go do it. Please share this video far and wide. Please share this video far and wide. And my final closing statement is this. You are perfect. You are energy. If you take a microscope, high power electron microscope, and you get a little chunk of gold and a little chunk of lead and a little bit of helium gas, whatever element you choose, and you go down into it with that electron microscope, you're going to get down and you're going to see the atom. And when you see the atom of each of the three, it's going to look really, really similar to you. It's going to look like a little bit of light in the middle with a bunch of little specky lights popping all around it. It doesn't look anything like what they told us in school, because every fucking thing they ever told us in school, each and every single thing they ever taught us in school was either a lie or designed to trap our minds and block us from being able to think and create, or both. But you go down into that atom and you see it's just light blinking. It's light blinking. It's light blinking. Now you go down into what looks solid, the nucleus of the helium and the lead and the gold. It doesn't matter which element you choose. You go down into that nucleus and you discover that there's nothing physical there. It is energy. It is light that is blinking in and out of existence. And that means that the entire heavy, dense chunk of gold or lead, or that, whatever you call it, that little ball that you've gathered of helium gas, is light blinking in and out of existence, which means that no matter what you mix and make out of lead and gold and helium, nitrogen and potassium and phosphorus and magnesium, no matter what you make out of it, it's energy, it's light blinking in and out of existence. It isn't physical matter, it's light. Light is not good or bad. It ain't right or wrong. It doesn't make mistakes. If everything in this universe is made out of that light, then what are you made of? We are literally, I'm not being poetic here, we are stardust, and the dust isn't physical. It's light. This universe is stars being born, aging, exploding, and dying, and collecting into planets with life on them. We are energy, and therefore you are energy. So actually, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing right about you. There's nothing wrong about you. You ain't good or bad. You haven't done anything wrong. You haven't made any mistakes. You bought into a system that we were all programmed into. And I agree infinitely with Crystal. You have the ability to breathe yourself into presence. You have the ability to go beyond the programming, beyond the matrix, to actually step into your true self, which was ever beyond the matrix, which actually your infinite being brought the matrix into existence so you could wake up as Neo, baby. You're infinitely beyond the matrix. However, you can fall asleep in it and you can suffer like a mofo for a while. So I'm talking about identifying with the part of yourself that is outside and is the origin of all universes and matrices. You tap into that, you tap into your power and ability to unmake any matrix that you have made. And I'm inviting you to join up and let's do it. And this movie can make a real difference. Okay? And I'm just closing up here, 30 minutes in. I'm going to say one last thing, and that is global in-rising. While I'm doing this, I'm going to share this real quick. I created this website for people who actually want, there's nothing for sale here either. For people who want to tap into that infinite being that they are, to actually step back into oneness, out of the illusion, tap into their infinite, unlimited power and magic to bring about the world that they want to live in. You might get some benefit out of this. A lot of people have. You might make a note of that, or you just go ahead and open that page while this is on your screen. And I will see you around, or a square, or a rectangle, or a pyramid, or a triangle. I will see you. I love you and I appreciate you. And we are one.